Hello everyone, welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. Today we are going to get started with episode 2. I know that it has been a minute. I had to re-upload the first episode because the quality looked like potato and I was getting really frustrated with that. But I think we've got it figured out now and we should be ready to get on back into it. So without further ado, let's play episode 2 of Scarlet Hollow. My cat has decided to join us, so if you hear meowing, that would be why. All right, I don't think we need to see a recap. You open your eyes. The sun has risen, the birds are singing. You are still alive, and for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there, right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety, wriggling as as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke, slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. Yeah, R.I.P. to Duke. He was a real one, but unfortunately for him, he is not an elderly pug. That's gonna have to take precedence, so sorry about that one. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Alright, so first things first, I want to check on Dustin. You open the doors to check in on Dustin. Oh good, he's still here. He looks so cute in his little cozy corner. Oh god, what am I doing for voices? Alright, let's do our best.
Human is back.
Good morning, Dustin. How are you today?
Dustin feel good. Had productive night.
I see you have a bread now. Locked Tomb reference, perhaps?
Yes, Dustin found a bread. Dustin also ate a bug last night. Good night for Dustin.
Okay. Can I talk to you about something horrible that happened last night?
Human can always talk to Dustin. What happened?
The woods are full of horrible monsters. I watched a man die last night, Dustin.
When Dustin gets scared, Dustin pretend to be dead. Maybe if you pretend to be dead, monsters leave you alone. Maybe Human's friend also play dead.
Okay. It was nice to catch up, Dustin. I'll leave you be.
Okay.
You gently close the drawer. Poke around the closet. Great! The doll didn't move during the night. Maybe it isn't haunted after all. Though, after everything you went through yesterday, that's hardly a consolation. You turn back to the rest of the room. I'll look out the window. You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. Hey, Wayne. How you doing, buddy? And there he goes. For a second, you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you finish waking up. I'll text Stella. It's probably a good idea to check in with your new friend. You can't imagine she's holding up very well. I do love the options to just communicate with people via memes, but if we're trying to stay true to my original playthrough here, I think I just asked her how she's holding up. Hi, how are you holding up? It might take her a minute to get back to you. In the meantime, get dressed and head down to the kitchen. Time to start your day. You're back in the kitchen. Frou Frou eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Her pupils dilate and her tail twitches.
I see you are still here. How unfortunate.
My French accent's getting worse. Okay, I know she doesn't want me to pet her. Have you noticed anything weird around here? We ran into these horrible things in the woods last night, and...
Silence. Do you know what time it is? Quiet your awful little mouth. Your voice is the only audible thing I have witnessed as of late.
Gretchen sends her regards.
C'est Serpent.
Oh, God.
C'est Serpent vit toujours. That creature has not yet returned to whatever vile pit of hell it crawled from. Merde. Truly ours is not a kind god.
Hey. Hello. Hi, honey. Did you know the police called me this morning? You've only been here one day, and you've already had a run-in with the cops. Did they say anything about Duke? Did they find the body? Body? They didn't say anything about a body, but apparently he never went home last night. And they had quite a few questions about you, Jen. Before you ask, don't worry. I told them that you're an upstanding citizen. Thanks for having my back. Sure. What else is family for? I don't love any of these. I'm sorry. Good. Stop smiling at me like that! I've got to get to work. But listen, you'd better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints, just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate.
It seems you make a habit of bad first impressions, no?
The cat chuckles mockingly. A text from Stella. Hey, Jen, thanks for checking in. Hope you're alright, all things considered. I'm doing okay. Not great, but hanging in there. Up most of the night on cryptid forums, but no good answers yet. I'm at the library if you want to join. I have scones. Cool. On my way. I do love a scone. I haven't had one in a long time. And that's that. Time to start your day. Gonna make a PB&J. I'm hoping when we get to the last episode that there's like an achievement for making a PB&J. Oh my god. My cat is losing her mind. She's a baby. She's got a lot of energy. Anyways, yeah, I hope for a everyday PB&J achievement. I think that would be really fun. So, trying to line myself up to get that if it exists. Sure, Stella might have some scones at the library, but scones are later. PB&J is now. You quickly scrape together the ingredients and gobble up a delicious breakfast. And that's that. I'll investigate the garden. As your eyes wander to the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. It was probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate, if only to prove that it was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. Investigate further. You wander farther into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where that thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing to begin with. Take it all in. The garden is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery, unreachable from years of neglect, its glass Its glass clouded and cracked. Statues reach out from within seas of weeds as if begging to be rescued. And, most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates at the very peak of the mountain sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones, the scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you're standing right now. Check the ground for clues. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. A boot print. A big boot print. And what looks like some kind of viscera. Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. You snap a quick photo, just in case it comes in handy later. I'll text it to Stella. You send the photo to Stella. Look what I found in the garden across from my window. No way that's Tabitha-sized. I know that no one has cannon heights in this game, but I want to believe that Tabitha is small, because that just makes me happy. You head back inside. Time to figure out what to do with the rest of your day. Alright, so if we're going with my original / canon run, we're going to head to town for some library time. Tabitha isn't here to stop you now. You head outside, back to the mountain path that leads to town. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who knew your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement. But the woods are still, at least for now. Continue down the path. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feel less like beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Geez, that's creepy. All the more reason to come to the library. Look who I found at the library. Said she was up all night thinking about the video. Adding you to a group text. That is such a cute little picture of Kanika. I'm only here because it's quieter than the store, or was, lol, and I'm trying to figure out what animal that could be. I don't buy into this Harbinger of Doom stuff. We know what animals they are. They're ditchlings, and they are Harbingers of Doom. It sounds like they're having fun. On my way. Almost back to town. Continue down the path. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you, no scary men blocked your path. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed, as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, Jen. We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend, and, well, you're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. I'll tell Avery the whole truth. Avery, poor Avery, they just want to be included, so yeah, I'll let them in. You tell Avery everything that happened last night. I have no idea what those things were, but they killed Duke, and... Whoa, slow down. Duke is dead? It's true, I'm afraid. That's awful. Has anyone told Beau? Yes, he's taken it as well as you can imagine. I'll be going up to check in on him today. Poor lad. I can't believe you had to see that, Jen. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend and try to calm your nerves. It's chaga and lemon balm. It's always helped me on the bad days. And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Jen. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. I'd better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. Why doesn't anyone in this town seem to know or care that a man died? This town has had a hard run of things, Jen. People here lead difficult lives. Their paths are full of death. No one in Scarlet Hollow is a stranger to it. Kanika and Miles lost their father not but a few years ago. We've all just had to learn how to live with it in our own ways. As for your encounter with the police, people tell a lot of stories up in the hills, especially city folk who wouldn't know a bear from a Bigfoot. No offense, of course. But I'm afraid that means most folks aren't going to take your claim very seriously, at least not until they see what you saw with their own eyes. Be gentle with them, Jan. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I got things that need tended to. Stay safe and God bless. You probably have a bit of time before you're needed at the library. Alright, so I think if I'm recalling correctly, went by the diner, so I will do that. You head towards the diner. Why is there a thing? Okay, it's gone. The diner is a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. Okay, that's not going to go over well. So I will talk to Avery. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Oh, I need a Winnie voice. Heard you might need this. The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way. What? But the clue is pen sound. How is that the sound a pen makes? Wait. Pen like pig pen? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to do to fill the time. But maybe I should switch to Sudoku. Winnie leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, thanks for telling me about last night. If you want to really get into the grisly details, you can tell me. I won't judge. Okay, so here's the thing. I have played this game many times. I know what happens if... Okay, so first of all, spoiler alert for the rest of the game so far. I know what happens if I drink Sybil's tea. However, in the spirit of the original playthrough, I definitely drank the tea. So I think that is what needs to happen here. So rip to myself going forward, but that's just what we're gonna have to do. I'll try my tea. You hesitantly take a sip of your tea. It tastes like you're drinking mold that someone tried to unsuccessfully spruce up with lemon balm. Yeah, that doesn't sound great, so I'm going to... You politely put the tea back down, never intending to pick it back up. But nobody needs to know that. I probably should have warned you about the tea. Chaga does not mess around. It's supposed to be super healthy for you, and it sure tastes like it. It's a challenging drink. I'll tell Avery about last night. You share everything, glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods. I may not have lived here long, but I've never heard of anything like that happening around these parts. How exciting. Now that I think about it, when the cops came in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going to the woods to look for someone. It must have been Duke. They seemed so disconnected from it, I figured it couldn't be very serious, but wow. Okay. Let's see. get it. They saw they saw Stella's footage. They saw what happened out there. But it feels like so far all they've done is hound me. Hey, I don't know if it'd help your anxiety, but even if they think you did something, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't bother going after you. Those cops come in here every day, and I feel like I know them pretty well by now. And let me tell you, they have no follow-through. I can't tell you the number of complaints they've just, like, dropped after a day or two. And I'll vouch for you if they try anything. Sorry, I'm 12. I'm not 12. I hadn't pegged you as a transplant. Where are you from? I moved here from Charlotte, gosh, 3 years ago now? Maybe a little more. I've lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job, and who was I to pass on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be a part of. Maybe you're more at home here than you think. Stella really talked up your party yesterday. I don't think she'd have done that if she didn't think you were really part of the town. I want to go to Avery's party so bad. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, if we've got a Halloween party maybe, we could have some costumes. I think that would be so much fun. It could be that you're getting in your head about fitting in. Hey, you know, thanks. I hadn't actually thought about it like that. Why do you leave Charlotte, if you don't mind me asking? Nah, it's cool. I was having some issues with my folks about my education, which, wasn't great, especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history. We're on the case, but I hardly know where to start. Let me know if you hear anything. Definitely. Aw, man, looks like my shift is starting. Hopefully the Chaga's had a chance to start working its magic. Oh, Avery. Oh, my sweet, sweet friend, you have no idea. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half-wave before disappearing into the back. You leave the diner, ready to continue your day. Okay, so I don't think I found any need to swing by the general store. So I'll just go ahead and head to the library. You enter the former town hall. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. That's such a funny little Gretchen in the back. Oh, hey, you made it! You head over to Stella's table and settle in. You made it! Glad you could join us. Indeed, I am elated that you're back. Did you send my regards to that foul feline? Don't worry, Gretchen. I told Frou-Frou all about our little adventure last night. Wonderful. I hope she stews on that for a long, long time. Did you just try to talk to Gretchen about Tabitha's cat? It's not the first time. She talked to Gretchen yesterday and said some wildly insightful stuff. If I didn't know any better, I'd say she can actually talk to animals. One paranormal mystery at a time, please. Morning, Jen. You look tired. My goodness, whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Jen. Yeah, it was pretty hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. With all those dreadful creatures in every nook and corner, it is a wonder you got even a wink. I can't say I got a wink myself. Yeah, same. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Oh! Before I forget, we've got to talk about that photo you sent me this morning. Kanika, check this out. Jen found it in Tabby's garden this morning, right in line of sight of her room. What is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. Okay, now do I want to be a freak or no? Yeah, I think we're going for it. The possum that lives in my drawer says that 2 people live at the estate. I thought he might not have realized Pearl Ann died, but I wonder if this was who he was talking about. Tell Stella that I was the one who broke Mr. Jingles. Maybe then she'll finally understand the connection that you and I share. Kanika and Stella silently glance at one another. Gretchen wanted me to let you know that she was the one who broke Mr. Jingles. Oh my god, you actually can talk to animals, can't you? What? Mr. Jingles was the name I had for that little snake toy Gretchen had as a pup, which she broke. I kept asking who broke Mr. Jingles, like I didn't know it was her. If this is gonna be a recurring bit, I might as well play along. Do you think it's Wayne? That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room? He snuck up on us last night and called out Jen by name. And those boot prints match up with the mining getup. I'm glad the 2 of you had me there to protect you. Whoa. Apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? I wonder if there's any connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Like what? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impending doom angle to explore, and this photo is weird. I can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If he's sick, maybe it's from the creatures you encountered? Hey there, strangers. And literal stranger. Oscar doesn't want my peanuts. Hey, I'm Jen, Tabitha's cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You looked so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well, I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance, it's, strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian. And only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind. But speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot, and it's practically a magnet for young people. Even honor students aren't free from its call. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I don't like the thought of teens getting up to mischief with all those ditchlings in the woods. Ditchlings? That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of them? Apparently seeing one's supposed to mean a disaster's around the corner. Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something?
I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna go nab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen.
Oh, you don't have to worry about Stella. About her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal.
Well, ain't you the sweetest thing on two legs?
Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. Whatever's out there in the woods has been brutalizing the local wildlife. I don't think it's safe. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I love his little library book phone case. That's so cute. I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble, and we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Jen, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. All right. This is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our books. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. All right, so we want to go through all of these, so we can just start at the top here. All right, we're going to flip through Veins of Scarlet. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to that bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Oh, hello. We have a cat again. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet Estate, that was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son Theodore, his brother, Enoch V. Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Alright, now we'll flip through Silas Scarlet. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness, for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin, built by Silas's own two hands, accompanied by his family of 10, Silas, his wife Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one. Alright, and then we'll flip through Appalachian folk monsters. A few entries catch your eye. We'll start with the Wampus Cat. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and, by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wildcat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt, and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness, and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. Alright, we'll go for Tommyknockers. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. And lastly, we will go for Tailipo. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick, and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail, shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this'll have to do," he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed, satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been, and in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring right back at him. "I want my Tailipo," a high, hoarse voice croaked from the distance. From the darkness. Excuse me, I can't read today. "Go away," he screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws digging across hardwood accompanying its movements. "I want my Tailipo," the creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear. But there was no dog to be seen. "I want my Tailipo." Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney, standing alone in the woods. You're done here. You close the book and put it back. And just because something seems obvious, it doesn't necessarily mean it's right or relevant. Let's talk about Silas Scarlet. So, Silas Scarlet. I don't love any of these options. This town is stuck in the past and built on atrocities. It's already practically collapsing onto itself. No offense. But maybe that's why the ditchlings are here. Like, I don't think they're happy to hear that, but I think I'm right. None taken. Why would the ditchlings be here now, though? Scarlet Hollow's been like this for as long as I can remember. Talk about Appalachian folk monsters. So, Appalachian folk monsters. Okay, so I know Stella doesn't want to talk about mountain lions. That's kind of a sore subject for her. Let's see. I don't think any of these. My mom used to tell me that Tailipo story back when I was little. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try and dig it out of my stomach if I did. I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Tailipo, the one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Tailipo. I've camped out there a couple of times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Let's move on. Do you think Wayne factors into any of this? I honestly wouldn't be shocked. There's something seriously wrong with him. Like, I can viscerally feel it in my guts. Maybe he's sick? Maybe that has something to do with what you saw in the woods. I don't know. I'd buy it. We should check out the mines. Between Wayne, the old collapse, and the fact that the whole town's practically been built around them, it seems like the smartest place to start. Good idea. There's an awful lot of mines-related stuff in my notes. We can poke around, find out if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you two are suggesting that we go to question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally. 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Neeks, we're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Yeah, and hopefully we can find out what happened to Wayne while we're at it. Alright, but Sorry, forgot how to talk. Alright, but if we're doing this, let's do our best to stay under the radar. I'm already in hot enough water with Tabitha as is. That sounds like a good idea. We'll be super sneaky, I promise. I can even keep a lookout. Look at us going out on a caper together. I miss this. I missed it too. Though there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been. Have you seen him lately? Nope. I've tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Jen. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. See ya, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep y'all posted. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies, too. Shh, not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation watching over you. Hey, Joan. How's it going? Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him up. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Oh no, poor Reese. It's just been so long since either of us have gotten the chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Jen would get along super well, too. Their matching puppy eyes is so funny. Okay, Dr. Kelly does not want my boiled peanuts. Hi, I'm Jen. Vivian's kid? I know who you are. The way she avoids looking at you speaks... What? Oh my god. The way she avoids looking at you as she speaks makes you feel like you've done something wrong, even though you're pretty sure you've done nothing at all. Reese's mom turns back to the house, sighing. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese, and he misses both of you too. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow and we can have some supper and y'all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise that he'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. And I suppose you can come too, Jen. That would be great. I can bring a side dish. Maybe deviled eggs? Does he still eat those? No. Eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Okay. I'll bring soda then. That's not... Okay, yes, fine. You can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale, preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. She might cheer him up. You know they have those therapy dogs in hospital. No dogs. Why, I never. The absolute gall. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. God, that woman makes me so nervous. She used to be so nice when we were kids. Always had the best stickers when we went to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed about Reese. Or maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry. I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool. I'll take my shortcut then. It shouldn't take long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Jen. Don't worry, I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. Okay, so I'm not going to ask what's up with her and cars. Because first of all, I know, and second of all, I don't think she wants to talk about that. Okay, so if we're going canon run here, I believe I went with Stella. I'll walk with Stella. We'll meet you there. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night, though you can't help but feel that danger lurks just beyond the trees. Hey, thanks for coming along with us. With Gretchen and me, I mean. I hope I haven't seemed too cold about everything that happened last night. The truth is that I'm barely keeping myself together. I just don't know how to let it out. Duke died out there last night, and I can't stop thinking that it might have been my fault. If only I didn't drag you into the woods. If only I'd listened to you when you wanted to leave. If only I did anything when everything went sideways. I'm sorry. She didn't do anything wrong. I just wish she could understand that. She's such a good girl. Stella pauses, searching for what to say. It's like there's this guilt boiling under my skin, but the only way I can process what happened is by turning off the part of me that feels things. When I'm around other people, it's like I think of Duke dying as just a thing that happened. Like it's just part of another video. Because if I actually admit to other people that I feel something, then I'd have to admit to myself that what happened is my fault. Of course it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. You and Gretchen have gone into these woods at night dozens of times by yourselves, and nothing like this has ever happened before. How could you have known? Thanks, Jen. I think I needed to hear that. The conversation comes to a dramatic halt, with you, Stella, and Gretchen all whirling around to face the source of the sound.
A bird! Let me at it, I can get it. Back off, dog, this is my stick.
Whoa, calm down, girl, it's just a bird. The same probably goes for the two of us. I guess we're all a little on edge. Let's hurry to the mine, it shouldn't be much farther. Kanika casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods. Hey. Y'all have a good walk? Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you were missing out or anything. You didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? Shout out to maybe my favorite Gretchen in the background here. Nope. That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we just go talk to people. I guess so. I should probably be on lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah, I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. What can I say? I thrive in the limelight. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down there. I take it I'm the one of us you're talking about. Tabitha and I aren't exactly friends, and pretty much all the miners shop at the general store. I don't want to make folks uncomfortable, you know? It's probably for the best, Jen. If Stella's on lookout duty and only one of us is going in, what's the third person doing? You know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your van that I didn't know about? What? No. I have a pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We can just do a group call. You're good, Kanika. I've got this. You'll do great. Kanika hands you a pair of earbuds. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if Tabitha's headed your way. Dang, I've missed doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Oh, thanks. I do my best. I guess we should part ways and start the call, yeah? Stella and Kanika break off, leaving you alone at the entrance to the mines. Your phone buzzes. Hey. Can you hear us? Try saying something. Something. Stella and Kanika chuckle on the other end of the line. All right, cool. Nothing to do now but enter the worksite. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow mine. I'm in. All right, Morpheus, good to know. Approach the nearest group of miners. You approach the nearest group of miners. A blonde woman, a broad-shouldered man, and an old-timer. Their uniforms identify them as Harrison, Davis, and Zax. You got a reason to be bothering us. Okay, so I think I was just upfront with them about who I am, because I feel like they're going to be madder later if I don't. Hey there, I'm Tabitha's cousin. The miners straighten up, suddenly very serious. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought you were maybe one of them environmentalists, or... Yeah, sorry for any trouble. How can we help? Seen anything weird lately? Nope, nothing at all. You make sure to tell your cousin that, okay? Maybe letting them know you're related to Tabitha wasn't a good idea. Do you know anything about a guy named Wayne? Yeah, we knew him. He was such a cut-up. Miss that dude. Why are you talking about him in the past tense? I met him last night. Good question. Wait, what? No way. Isn't that the guy y'all said was, Well, I guess he ain't. And he hadn't even skipped town, huh? Pretty unexpected turn of events, if you ask me. What a relief. Thought something awful had happened to the poor guy. I'll leave it be. So I met this guy on the bus. Wore a beanie and a shirt that said, "I want to yeah." He said he had some friends work in the mines up here. Does this have anything to do with what's going on in town? A lot of people wear beanies. They do not want my peanuts. He also talked about how he used to push joggers into the Baltimore Harbor. Does that ring any bells? None. Not a clue. Yeah, I think I'd remember someone like that. Okay. Actually, that's all. Thanks. Bye. You walk away from the miners. Maybe it was just me, but they seemed to think Wayne was dead, right? It wasn't just you. You head over to the next group of miners. Keen eye. A flash of movement in your periphery stops you in your tracks. There's something lurking in the shadows to your right, and, against your better judgment, you turn to face it. Hey, Wayne. Oh gosh, what was my Wayne voice? I think I was just gonna go in sexy man. We'll go for that. You shouldn't have come here. It's dangerous. Let's see. So I do think Wayne's pretty creepy, but also, like, I don't think he's my biggest threat, so... Your buddies seem to think you're dead. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. Please stop following me. No. Before you can say another word, the figure is gone. Hey, Jen, are you still there? We've just been getting static from you. Wayne got the jump on me. Whoa! I thought I saw you talking to someone down there. Are you okay? He said some real ominous shit to me. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety, that sort of thing. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Yeah, I care about your safety. Wayne trying to make me leave just means we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. Whoa, so brave. Heck yeah, Jen. We've got your back. Oh gosh, more voices. Okay. Hey there, can we help you with something? Do any of you know a man named Wayne? Wayne? Do you mean Sam Wayne? What are you asking about him for? Wait, have you seen him? He's been following me. It's real creepy, man. Oh, thank God. Everyone thought he was dead. Now, hold on. Creepy doesn't exactly sound like Wayne, does it? How do you know it was him? The name on his jacket. Wayne. just like yours says Smith. So do all of our jackets, but if I switch with Isaac's, that don't make me Isaac's. No, it's gotta be him. There's no way he's dead. You really think he's running around town creeping on strangers and ignoring his friends and coworkers? Seems more likely to me that somebody took care of him, so to speak, and is running around in his clothes. The miners stand in silence for a moment, considering what they've just heard. That's not possible. That's ridiculous. This is messed up. But who would do something like that? I don't know. Why don't you ask his girlfriend? Yikes, do you think? No. No way. Just saying, he wasn't exactly the first fella to fall for her, charms. Lots of heartbreak in that woman's history. Lots of jilted ex-lovers, if you catch my drift. Dang, who are they talking about? I told him not to get involved with her. I told him. Who was Wayne seeing? Whoa, now, if you don't know, there's no way I'm poking that wasp's nest. Forget we said anything. Yeah, I don't want to be next on the chopping block. I won't press you on it. Good. Have you fellas seen anything out of the ordinary lately? Weird how? Have you seen any weird animals? Strange question. We don't exactly get out much. What does this have to do with Wayne? Any odd noises in the woods? Nothing but screech owls. Have people been getting sick? The boss looks out for our health. That's all on that front, thanks. Anything else? Do y'all know this guy I met on the bus? He said he had some friends up here. Here we go again. You gotta tell us about this guy later, Jen. Maybe. What's he like? You tell the group of miners about your encounter on the bus yesterday. I think I'd probably remember someone like that. Yeah, he's no friend of mine, that's for sure. Never met him. Don't know him. It's settled then. Your mysterious bus stranger is a ghost. Or he was lying about knowing people here. Or his friends were here for a bit and left town. Sure, those are perfectly rational explanations. But so is a bus ghost. All equally rational theories. Aren't you ghost skeptical? How is a bus ghost a rational explanation here? Part of being ghost skeptical is keeping an open mind towards all matter of potential paranormal encounters. Thanks for the help. Don't mention it. Let's pack it in, boys. Back to work. Should we check in? Just as a heads up, the only group I still see out there is pretty close to the main office. It might still be worth talking to them, but I don't know if I can give you all that much of a warning if Tabitha comes out. Let's meet back up. Cool. We'll meet you by the van. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. Hey, I think I just saw Rosalina. Wait, really? What is she doing here? I'm going after her. Good idea. We'll try to catch up with you. You rush over the hill and get your bearings, the sounds of active mining fading into the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point toward a nearby mine. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut. Forgot how to talk. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. And here I thought Stella was going to be the one to drag me into an abandoned coal mine. I guess we should go after her, right? Yep. Yeah, let's head in before someone gets hurt. Whoa, you sure you want to tag along, Neeks? Jen and I can handle this on our own. Yeah, I'm sure. As much as I hate confined spaces, I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there. Even if it means I have to go underground. Stella and Kanika disappear into the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. Of course we should. Call her? You pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into the Shaw mine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Also, why do you know about this? What the hell are you doing at my mines? Ugh, whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. No need to get snarky, I'll wait. Good. Tabitha hangs up on you. Wait for Tabitha. You find a tree to lean against and wait for your cousin. Stella and Kanika will probably be fine without you. You stand outside the mines, anxiously eyeing the tree line, hoping not to glimpse any inhuman movements. Huh. You actually waited for me. I don't know what to say. It's nice to see you too, Tabitha. Tabitha sighs. Come on, let's get this over with. I don't like the thought of you walking around an abandoned coal mine, but I'd rather not leave you out here unattended. You should be safe enough with me there to guide the way. Tabitha huffs her way up to the mine entrance and disappears into the darkness. Follow her? You follow her and enter the mine. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expected, the air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and Tabitha to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. Do you know why the entrance to this place was boarded up? Because there was a collapse 100 years ago that killed a bunch of people? 168 people. A man named Charles Shaw decided it would be okay to use faulty wood for support struts, and the entire mine came down. It almost ruined our family. A lucky few died instantaneously, but for most of the souls who perished here, it was slow and agonizing. Trapped under rubble and left to slowly succumb to crush injuries or burns, or dehydration. It took a week to clear out most of the rubble and recover the bodies. The few survivors who were dragged out were never the same. I can't say I blame them. You've spent a lot of time thinking about this place, haven't you? I have. There are still bodies down here that were never recovered. 168 people climbed down to their deaths that day, unaware of the hand they'd been dealt until they were literally buried by it. None of us know the price we have to pay until our debt is due. Tabitha's ruminations are interrupted by a thunderous knock echoing from deeper in the mine. What the hell was that? Probably another delinquent looking for a lifetime ban from my property. Come on, it came from this way. Tabitha hastens her pace and quickly disappears deeper into the mine. Follow her. You take a deep breath and follow suit. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Echoing through the tight corridors, you and Tabitha can pick up snippets of a tense argument. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Come on, kiddos. There's some real spooky stuff going on in town right now. You shouldn't be hanging out down here. We're not kids. Yeah, we're teens. Well, you look like a bunch of kids to me. Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? Oh, no. I know that isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you. Yeah, whatever. It's me. What are you even doing here? Looks like we found our trespassers. I still can't believe that Stella managed to drag Kanika out here. She avoids me like the plague. What's the deal with you and Kanika? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't hold anything against her aside from the fact that she's always hated me. She probably just got jealous that Stella and I started spending time together. But that was years ago, so who knows. What do you think of Kanika? I think the two of us are more alike than she'd ever care to admit. I respect her, but don't tell her I said that. I wouldn't want to appear weak. No offense, but you are a little rough around the edges. That doesn't mean she has to give me a hard time. Have you tried talking to her? No. Even if I tried, it's not like she'd listen. Probably. Look, I've kind of given up on people understanding me. It doesn't matter. Let's move on. They're close. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageways give way to a small cavern. Within, a group of teens engages Stella and Kanika in a heated argument. All of them are too caught up in the moment to notice you or Tabitha approach. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left, so it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. Wait, Becca, I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis. He got promoted last month. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job in the morning. What? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Tabby. Hey, Jen. We thought we'd lost you there. Did you run off to snitch to Tabitha? Kanika sighs. It's probably for the best. These kids are refusing to listen to us. Hey, don't talk about us like we aren't here. Yeah, we can hear you. Alexis, don't butt in. I'm trying to make a point. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Aw, come on, this place is way sturdy. Check it out. The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps a strut on the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we were hearing earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out, you're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill. And smart, too. Enough. The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm tired of people in this town dragging my cousin headlong into danger. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun again before I die. Aw, come on, you guys. Maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous things all the time, and I still do dangerous things now. Who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave. Much like it is entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mind not a clear enough message for you? Heck yeah, Tabitha. Tear the sad 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you. And I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? My Stella can't possibly be sad with me around. How absolutely rude. These pups need to learn some manners. Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. So she's sad. So what? Give it a few years and you'll be sad too. The passage of time is inescapable. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah, tell them about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the past couple weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house. They've got a hot plate and a couple of cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Rosalina deserves better. Oh no. This is about your house being haunted, isn't it? No. What fresh hell is this? Oh my god, did my dad tell you that? You leave it at that. I bet he couldn't afford it anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you can, say that about other people's families. Isn't that, bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Oscar actually invited us to check it out when we saw him earlier today. It could make for a fun, non-abandoned coal mine related activity. Just throwing that out there. There's no ghost, Stella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, like I'm still a little kid. Ugh. You're all children, and none of you realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Exactly. Rosalina's not that mature anyways. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. That doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know. I rest my case. Wait, what did you say about child labor? I'm not gonna weigh in on this. This is between you and your dad, and the two of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, if Rosalina's house is haunted, we should break in and, ghost bust it or something. Sounds pretty rad to me. Whatever gets you delinquents out of my mine. Oh my god, Zane, you can't ghost bust if there is no ghost. Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of. I bet we could figure out how to bust it if it's actually real, and if it isn't real, well, problem solved. You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella ghost busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are we talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing. There is no ghost. I don't care, and I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung, or gets crushed by rocks, or meets any one of the many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear. Then what was it? Come on, Stella, didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises? It's Tommyknockers, for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we've got to check it out. Stella. I know, but weird stuff's been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance to get an actual solid lead? The stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I want you out of here, Stella. Aw, come on, Tabby, you can come along too. If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Nobody is going deeper into the mine. Nobody is staying in the mine. You're all leaving. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. It'll be fun, Neeks. It will not. Kenai. You hear something over the sound of Stella pleading with Kanika and Tabitha. Something like the shuffling of feet on stone and the whispering of mischievous teens. You turn to see Becca and Alexis gone, and Rosalina anxiously hovering in front of a small tunnel in the cavern wall. She freezes as you notice her. Stop arguing, you knuckleheads. The teens are slipping away. Wait, what? Rosalina, don't go in there. Becca and Alexis, stop trying to get us all killed. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna hang back. Ugh, I knew you weren't cool enough to hang out with us, Rosalina. Come on, Alexis. We'll have more fun without her. Oh, all right. Are you kidding me? Rosalina, what were you thinking? What were they thinking? I don't know. I'm so sorry. Unbelievable. Wow, Kanika, maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and, like, I've been zoning out the whole time we've been here. Ugh. They must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Yeah. Dang, I've always wondered where that goes. Never been able to get these hips through there. It's probably for the best, dear. Stella, stop sneaking into my mines. Please, I am literally begging you. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess, but no. There just have to be remnants from a bygone era. Didn't you just talk about how child labor was the good old days a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave my mine. Becca shouts back from the other end of the tunnel. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here 1,000,000 times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. Also, sorry, Rosalina. I'll see you tomorrow. Whatever. Come on, Alexis. I know a cool spot this way. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them. And I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their families sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah. Do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mine. Except for you, Jen. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, sure. I can never fit in that tunnel anyways. They've crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever. I still have to do my dailies anyway, and the service down here sucks. What about you, girl? Are you sure you don't want me to come along? Maybe I could help you get Becca and Alexis to leave. Don't make me ask you twice. They'll be fine, Rosalina. I think your dad would kill me if we let you stay down here any longer. Okay. Can I at least wait outside? Yeah, we can wait outside together. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. Tabitha sighs. Ugh. There's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste my time arguing. Okay. Not getting in the middle of our little lovers spat here. All right, let's do this. Sure. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know if it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Excuse me, I am more... Oh, God. Excuse me, I am more... Oh, my God, why can't I talk? One more time. Excuse me, I am more... I'm gonna shit myself. Excuse me, I am a formidable and self-sufficient monster hunting companion. There we go. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want a repeat of last night, and who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. I'll see you on the other side. Hopefully soon. For sure. We won't be long. Cool. Can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Tell Alexis I'm sorry. Kanika, Miles, Zane, and Rosalina head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. All right, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. Venture deeper into the mine. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls. Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was, really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha's really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Aw, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. Oh, Tabitha's face is so funny. Hey! I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. I like that River Runner video. Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of a YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks with Meat Rice, and I make plenty from ads and donations. How does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool, Tabitha? I feel nothing about it. The opinions of children don't interest me. I don't know, you kind of hesitated there. You're reading into things that aren't there, Stella. Just because your livelihood revolves around what people think of you doesn't mean that I care what people think of me. Congratulations on your sponsor, though. Dang, Stella, Meat Rice? That's a big deal. They're on, every big podcast. Thank you, thank you. It feels like a really big step for the channel. I just wish Becca hadn't said all the things she said tonight. She's just mean. It had nothing to do with you. You've seen how she's treated everyone tonight, except Tabitha. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm surprised you don't have thicker skin about this, Stella. You never struck me as someone who let other people's opinions bother you. If you did, I wouldn't have to try so hard to keep you off my property. Well, I know you don't mean it. Agree to disagree. You quietly press on. Another knock, closer, interrupts your thoughts. Followed by another, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. I really don't like that knocking. Calm down, Alexis. It's just mind sounds. Did you see that? No, it was just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. Becca, I swear, I saw something. Shut up. There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. What did they see? Tommyknockers. It's not Tommyknockers. They're probably just jumping at their own shadows. You said it yourself, Stella. As soon as they got deeper into the mine, their bravado in the face of authority would vanish into a puff of smoke. It's probably just rocks falling somewhere deeper in the mine, which is also bad for obvious reasons. I don't love any of these. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. Becca, we need to leave. This isn't fun anymore. This is plenty fun. I bet you're only saying that because you want to hang out with that dorky crush of yours. She's just an 8th grader. Becca, this isn't about Rosalina. I know you can hear that knocking. And here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below, and it sounds like they're still down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Tabitha crawls up the ladder and disappears over its edge. All right, let's do this. Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins to climb down. Follow them down into the pit. You walk to the ladder and climb down. Hey, kids. Oh, great. The adults are here. Thanks, Alexis. Real nice. All right. So, because I have a keen eye, I have avoided the crisis that would be in this chapter. So, it doesn't really matter which of these that I say, because we are not going to lose any children in the mines today. But, let's see. Alexis, you're so much braver than you think you are. You don't need to let Becca kick you around. Excuse you? No, excuse you, Becca. I don't want to be down here. I don't want to hang out with you. I just want to leave, and I'm going to do that right now. Whatever. Ugh. This isn't fun anymore. Fine, we'll leave. Then do it. Leave, now. Whoa, good job. As Becca and Alexis move towards the ladder, the black chamber before you draws your focus. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. Step forward. There is something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. Walk towards it. You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest. A desperate need to perceive and be perceived. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit. Hey, are you alright, Jen? Bear witness. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Jen, Tabby, are you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something, and then you and Tabby just conked out. I'm fine. Ugh. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourselves while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm getting the kids out of here, and then I'm going to get you both some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. Don't die on me, alright? You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. You raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the visions, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Keen eye. You can't help but notice the timber struts around you trembling, as if they were being struck by invisible blows with each knock. They're all that stand between you and the many tons of rock over your head, and they suddenly seem terribly fragile. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? I had some sort of vision. Did you see it too? There's gotta be fumes or something down here. It's an old mine. These places are death traps. We probably just hallucinated. Okay, so... let's see. How can you be sure? Look, this kind of thing happens in mines sometimes. Especially when there's bad ventilation. Stop being weird, we're leaving. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rockfall. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick, up that ladder. Climb like hell. This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who spent her entire working life in and around coal mines. Follow her. You push your body to move as quickly as it can, though you're slowed down by the cramped corridors and the winding passageways of the mine. Then comes the sound of splintering wood. You pick up the pace. The entrance is so close. Push through. And there it is. Freedom. You and Tabitha manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Holy shit, you're okay. Thank God. And everyone's accounted for. That was a surprisingly close call. We could have all died in there. What did you weirdos do? Everything was fine until you adults showed up. Becca, shut up. What did you just say to me? I said you should shut up. I'm sick of your two-faced bullshit. They didn't almost get us killed down there, you did. And now you're trying to pass it off on whoever else you can. It's just the cherry on top of this whole shit show of a friendship. I'm really not in a good headspace for this conversation. Sorry, that line is so funny. I could have died in there. Why are you doing this to me? No, enough. No playing the victim this time. Being friends with Rosalina has made me realize how horrible you are to me. Friends aren't supposed to be mean to each other. Friends shouldn't be scared of each other. I never wanted to go into that stupid mine. It was your idea and we could have died. If these grown-ups hadn't showed up, we could have been buried alive in that stupid little tunnel, drinking stupid strawberry margaritas in a can. Screw all of you. Should we go after her? No. Let her have her little tantrum. Did that feel good, Alexis? Finally telling her off? Yeah, I guess. Ugh, she's gonna be so mad at me. She probably won't talk to me for a week, maybe a month, maybe the rest of my life. It's okay, Alexis. We don't need her. What do we do now? Now I drive you two home. I've already texted your parents, and I'm sure they're worried sick about you. Rosalina and Alexis duck off to the side as an exhausted Tabitha approaches your group. I'm going to get my car, then we're going home. Tabby. Tabitha leaves towards the active mine without another word, and you're afforded a quiet moment to catch up with Stella and Kanika. We sure dodged a bullet tonight, didn't we? Yeah, thank God you noticed them sneaking off. You were incredible down in the pit, too. There was a stone carving on the wall of that pit. It gave me some sort of vision. I saw what happened to this place. Are you sure it wasn't just autosuggestion? We talked about that mine a lot today. I don't know, Neeks. You weren't down there. Jen and Tabby had, like, simultaneous seizures. Next to a creepy stone carving, it was like something out of a movie. Just because they passed out or had seizures doesn't mean it wasn't autosuggestion. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. Not to be flippant, but that wasn't the end of our ditchling problem, right? I think you're right. We've still got a lot of unanswered questions, too. Even more than we had this morning, and we had a lot of questions this morning. This is all still a little too magic for me. Just because two bad things have happened doesn't mean there's a pattern. Right? What happens now? It looks like Tabitha's back. I'd better drive these kids home. Come on, let's get back to the estate. It's been a long day, and I need it to be over. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, Jen? Please stop trying to get my cousin killed, Stella. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. See you tomorrow, guys. You can practically feel Tabitha roll her eyes as she drags you to the car. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what may lurk behind the tree line. How are you holding up? I've been better. Sorry about today. It's fine. Why do you treat Stella like that? Didn't you two used to be friends? It was a different time in my life. I just wish she'd get that we're not in high school anymore. I'm a different person than whoever she thinks she knows. At least everyone's okay. There are a lot of parents who should have kept tighter reins on their kids. I never got into any trouble like this when I was a teen, and I have Pearl Ann to thank for that. I hated it at the time, but that strictness paid off. Ugh, what am I telling you this for? You can tell me stuff. I'd like to know more about you. And about Pearl Ann, for that matter. Maybe later this week. I don't have the energy to get into it right now, but I think I'd like that. Yay, we're bonding! You're right. There are a lot of adults who should have done a better job tonight. Exactly. People who aren't ready to be parents shouldn't be parents. And clearly there are some parents who aren't ready. Take the librarian. There are tons of people more qualified to be parents who can't even conceive, and here he is having a kid at 19 and clearly letting her do just whatever the hell she wants. It's not fair. Do you want kids? Lots of people want kids. I have so many thoughts about that exchange. Follow me on Tumblr. Not gonna say that. Should I tell her I don't appreciate being dragged off like that? Yeah, sure. I don't appreciate being dragged off like that. It's been a long day, Jen. Are you really gonna make a fuss about me bringing you back to the estate? Don't answer that question. I don't have the energy to get into it. Right in silence. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha sink back into silence. I can't talk. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you with its oh my god, with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, but at least nobody got hurt. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. Thanks for calling me about those kids, by the way. It was unexpected. Anything for you, baby girl. And for waiting for me. I appreciated it. I'll see you in the morning. Good night, honey. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs. Turn in. You head up to your room to turn in. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Y'all, these are those things, right? Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. I saw them again, too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. WTF, those things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. I guess there's more to them being here than the mine collapse. No way I'm sleeping tonight. You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes, even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread balling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settle in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, you see the shadowy figures that gathered behind Stella in the mines. Your thoughts are drawn to the carving on the wall and to the visions it imparted upon you. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Hi, Frou-Frou. Just the cat. It's always just the cat. Don't read into this. The woman kicked me out. Just want a warm place to sleep. Why am I going Transylvanian with that? I can't do a French accent. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep. Her sad little bed is so depressing. Can we please get her a nicer bed? Like, I know we just need to get her out of the estate, like, period, but oh my god, her bedroom is so sad. Uh-oh. That's not good. This is the end of episode 2. Episode 3 awaits. Proceed if you dare. Alrighty, so we are finally done with episode 2. I forgot to record an outro last time because I think my partner came home and then the cat was meowing and it was a whole thing. But yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I will try to get episode 3 out in a relatively timely manner because hopefully we should be approaching episode 5 coming out towards the end of the year. I am so excited about it, and I hope that y'all are as well. You get to see me crash out in real time, or as real time as it gets when I'm recording something and uploading it to YouTube. But yeah, feel free to like and comment and subscribe and all of those YouTube things if you feel so inclined. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks, y'all. Have a good one.